Good evening everyone. This is Dr. Archana Chawla from Chawla Tutorials. Today I will speak about international humanitarian law and the protection of civilian population in conflict areas. Uh, International Humanitarian Law, or IHL, or it is known as laws of war. So that is applicable only during the war. There are 4 Geneva Conventions which are the main core of the IHL. They states that there should be the protection of the sick and the wounded, the prisoners of war, and basically the 4th Geneva Convention, which relates to this topic, is says that talks about the protection of civilian population. So, according to the 4th Geneva Convention, who is a civilian? Civilian is a person who is not a member of the armed forces, who doesn't carry the arms, and according to the 4th Geneva Convention, civilians should not be attacked. The civilian population and the individual civilians and their property should not be the object of the attacks by the soldiers. So it also talks about that there should be clear distinction between the civilian and the combatants. So if we see the legal mechanism, that is 4th Geneva Convention, which talks about the protection of civilians, about their care, about their protection, about their shelter, about the disciplinary proceedings in the 4th Geneva Convention. So civilian word includes women, children, refugees, and journalists also. Women, children, refugees, and journalists. So if we see that when there is a war, innocent civilians are always targeted. If we see the First World War and the Second World War, what we have seen that the innocent civilians have been killed. Women have been raped. We can see in the in those cases that there were forcible marriages. Women have a right to their dignity, and if their dignity is violated, their rights have been violated. They have a right to education. They should have access to their children. But what we always see that in the war, a combatant should kill the combatant, but always innocent civilians have been targeted in the war. So that is you can say that another consequence of a war. If we see in the past, if we see in the number of wars, what we have seen is that innocent children have been killed. There were cases of AIDS in the children, and their education is sacrificed. They are tortured, they are humiliated, and what we see that media, which is covering the war, they are deliberately they are targeted by the combatants, and their equipments have been destroyed by the combatants in the war. And if we see that the conditions of the refugees, in the past, what we have seen if we see the Indian perspective, like the 1947 mass migration from in India, and what we have seen in that migration, innocent civilians have been killed of both the countries. If you can see the 1962 Indo-China war and 1971 war between India and Pakistan, what we have seen that innocent civilians have been targeted, and in the Goa case, integration of Goa, police action in Hyderabad, what we can, our memory recalls that number of civilians have been killed in spite of actions taken by the international community. Also, even the number of civilians have been killed. And if you see in the Bosnia case, in the Rwanda case, in the Syria war, what we have seen, war is not between the combatants of one state of another state. It always, it always results in the destruction. It always results in the killing of innocent civilian population. What I have, we have a legal mechanism for that also, like International Criminal Tribunal for Yugoslavia, International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda, and ICRC, and United Nations intervention. But after, we have a number of, efforts have been done by the United Nations to, implement the IHL, and the ICRC have provided to food, security and shelter to the war victims. But what is the, if we see the past from the First World War and the Second World War, and in the Indian context from the times of Mahabharata. Mahabharata was in the Mahabharata के युग में क्या देखा था हमने कि कौरवों और पांडवों की लड़ाई देखी थी ना, तो उसमें कितने इनोसेंट लोग मारे गए थे। और जो 1962 की वॉर थी, 71 war also, number of civilians have been killed. So what I conclude by this, in this lecture, that war should be between the combatants and the combatants. States should avoid the situation of war. War doesn't mean that a combatant will kill the combatant. It will result in the destruction. War results in the pandemic, and war results in the killing of innocent civilians, killing of innocent women, children, refugees, and the journalists. So states should resolve their disputes by peaceful methods like negotiation, like arbitration, like by these peaceful methods states can resolve their disputes. And IHL, which is known as the Laws of War, international fraternity should make it as a code of conduct, like in the schools, in the colleges and the universities. IHL should be made as a part of the syllabi, that everyone from the level of school should read the value of IHL, should read those principles of ICRC, they should study this subject, like government has made the environmental law as a compulsory subject, so it should be made. It should also be made as a compulsory subject from the school, college and the university level, so that all of us should read and study and understand what is IHL. And in the end I can say that international community should make efforts to make for the strict implementation of the 4th Geneva Convention. Plus there should be clear distinction between the combatant and the civilian, so that in the war that they should clearly recognize who is a civilian, and after recognize they should follow the principles of IHL. So IHL is this whole, it is the whole ICTY and ICTR, we have a legal mechanism, we have these two institutions for the protection of IHL. But I have seen that there is a lack of political will in implementing the IHL. So there should be unconditional application of IHL by the international community. Thank you so much.